Hi guys, Steve from Vintage Classics, here with another video this week. Today's July the 31st. Tomorrow is a Major League Baseball's trading deadline. It'll be interesting to see who gets moved. You guys know I'm a Red Sox fan. I expect they'll probably make some moves. I don't know if they're going to add or ship people out of town or whatever, but I don't. We're kind of building for the future right now, I believe, which is very unusual in Boston. Always the Red Sox were up there with the Yankees and the Dodgers, those type of teams spending money. But just the last few years, it hasn't really happened. Been more bargain shopping, it seems like. So I'm anxious to see what they do. But I don't expect them to do very much this year, even if they were to make the playoffs. It'd be great if they would. But we are definitely heading in the right direction. So, but enough about that. So hopefully all your teams make some moves for you guys and get better. Even if you're a Yankees fan, which I hope doesn't happen, but even for them, it's good for the game, for the interest in the sport and everything. Today is going to be a kind of a mixed bag. I'm going to show you a buddy of mine, a real good friend that we were up in New Hampshire, my wife and I visiting him, and he gave me a tote full of about 50 or 60 old magazines, sports magazines from the 60s and 70s, baseball, a lot of football, some boxing, stuff like that. So I figured I'd show you a couple of covers and stuff. They're interesting to see, along with a couple of who's who in baseball, which I have some from when I was a kid, but these I didn't have. He gave me it was three or four of them in there. But I'm gonna start off and show you just one or two little cards, nothing big. This one's always been interesting to me. It's a card from the 1973-74 Topps. You don't see a card like this anymore because they wouldn't depict fighting in the NHL. But Phil Roberto. That's his card. As you can see, he's fighting. I think it looks like Billy Smith from the Islanders. If I was to guess, let me get this pen out of the way. So it's not. I always have a habit of knocking them over, anyways. Yeah, Billy Smith, but it's just an interesting card to see. Then I got the Shot Heard Around the World. I had these autographed years ago. I got Ralph Branca and Bobby Thompson. They were both, those cards are produced by Pacific in 1990, the back of them like this. They were good cards. At that time when I got these signed, a lot of these guys were still alive and signing. Since then, most of them have passed away. But that set was a good set to have autographs put on. Showed up really well and everything. But I was glad to get this done years ago. The Shot Heard Around the World, famous, when the Giants won the pennant. Everybody knows that the video or the saying how we got Giants won the pennant. But yeah, this is something I enjoy having. All right, let's go into some of the magazines. We're going to start off with this one's from September of 1965, Pro Sports. It's got Willie Mays and Mickey Mantle on the cover. Just like I said, Sandy Koufax, the mistake that may end his dream. Baseball's 10 greatest rhubarbs of all time. The Giants, behind the scenes, master strategy for Willie. I'm going to show this to you guys. Yeah, and the thing about these magazines, they're in outstanding shape for being as old as they are. I mean, like I said, this is from 1965. So it's, 58 years old. Couple types of articles in here. I wouldn't take $500,000 for the monster. Like I said, they need to look at it. I haven't really had a chance to really go through them all, but I plan on doing so. Next up is, let's see, the date of this one is June of 1970, Sports World, rating the top pitchers. You got Marichal on there, you got Mike Cuellar, you got Tom Seaver, Danny McClain. All right, then we got, let's see, what's the date on this one? This one might be a little harder to find out. I guess I should have done this before I came on to make this video, so you guys wouldn't have to wait. But this is October of '71. I'm sorry, Super Sports. On the cover, you got Vida Blue, Too Good to Be True, and Willie Mays. It says a happy Willie Mays and the miracle in San Francisco. Next up, you got Sports Stars of 1970 baseball. It's got the how DeRocha won the pennant for the Mets. Ron Swoboda, Tommy Agee, and Tug McGraw. I guess that would be the best way to hold it. And on the back, you got Willie McCovey. All right, next up is a sport magazine from August of 1964 with two legends on there, Joe DiMaggio and Willie Mays. A little bit of damage up here on the top, kind of worn spot. But overall, a very nice magazine. Plus, not only that, but where are you going to find a pair of shoes for $11.99 on the back for an advertisement? And the quarterback there with no face bar. I'm sorry, just the one little single bar that was common back then. This is probably one of the nicer ones too, the Sports World one from August of 1968. It's got the Frank Robinson and Hank Aaron on the cover. I just like the color of it. All right. Then you get Sports Cavalcade. Sandy Koufax is on the cover of this one, along with Willie Mays. This is from 1964. Got Sandy Koufax here and Willie right there. All right. Next up, you got Sports Annual 1967. Biggest stories of the year. The bowl games, the World Series, the NBA playoffs, the Stanley Cup, and the Indy 500. You got Frank Robinson on the cover. You got Johnny Unitas. You got Bill Russell, Sandy Koufax, and Bobby Hull. Some big names on there. All right. And you got the from February of 1966 Sport Magazine. Sandy Koufax is on the cover. Ted Williams and Bobby Hull. On the back, you get the what is this? Well, it's a 66. It must be a 1966 GT advertisement on the back. I don't even know what the value of these magazines are. I would never get rid of them. To me, they're invaluable. I love having them. I was so excited when he gave them to me. His grandfather used to own, the guy who gave them to me, his grandfather used to own a like a convenience store. And a lot of the magazines that didn't sell, he would put them away. And I guess these were sitting there for years. And he asked me the other day if I was interested in them. I said, I couldn't pass up a deal like that. So we made a little trade. I gave him some NASCAR cards that I have. In exchange for him. So, but like I said, really good guy. Him and I have been friends for a long time. All right, next up you got a I don't know what year this one is either. Sports World, that Gale Sayers on the cover. And it is from December of 1968. A little picture of Frank Robinson, Bobby Hull, and Sandy Koufax. Yeah, you can see Gale Sayers running against the Green Bay Packers. It says Gale Sayers' best bet to make them forget Jimmy Brown. All right, you got another Sports World. Sports Worlds make me earn my money because they don't put the dates on them. I got to look at the inside. This one is from... Where's the year on it? 1972, I'm sorry. Sports World, 1972. Can Yogi Berra handle superstar Tom Seaver? It's got Frank Robinson's picture on it. Tom Seaver's on there and Bobby Darwin on the cover. 1972, Who's Who in the Majors. Complete records and photos and rundowns. As you guys can see a little bit there. I don't know. Individual pictures of players and everything. Here's the cover of it I was telling you about. All right. Another Sports World. This one I really I got two left to show you. I just picked out a few, but this one kind of cracked me up because one of the things, Willie Mays is on the cover of it, along with Frank Robinson and Mickey Mantle and Casey Stengel. But on the bottom, where Willie is, it says, "Is Willie really worth $105,000?" Can you imagine what Willie Mays and those guys would be getting paid today with today's salaries? But $105,000 in 1964, when this magazine came out, was a lot of money. It's a lot of money still today, but back then it was quite a bit of money. But like I said, this is a really nice magazine with the "Say Hey Kid" on there. And of course, if you want to get the girls on the beach, you got to get the My Secret New Dynaflex method. It's kind of neat sometimes when you look at these old magazines. This one's, I was a year old when this came out, and you look at the some of the ads in there. But great baseball history, football, whatever the magazine is. It's a lot of fun to look back at a time when things were a lot simpler back then. So, but that's one of them right there. The last one I have for you is a baseball 1966. It's got Sandy Koufax on the cover, actually pitching. Another beautiful magazine. All right. I'll show you real quick, and then that'll be about it. I got the 1977 Who's Who in Baseball. You got Thurman Munson and Joe Morgan on the cover of that one. 1975 Who's Who in Baseball. You got Jeff Burroughs, Steve Garvey, and Lou Brock on the front. On the back, you got the Oakland Athletics. 1971 Who's Who in Baseball. Jim Perry, Bob Gibson, Boog Powell, and Johnny Bench. On the back, you got the world champion Baltimore Orioles team photo. And the next one's my favorite one. It's the oldest of the ones in there, 1966. Who's Who? You got Willie Mays, Sam McDowell, Sandy Koufax, Eddie Fisher, Zoilo Versalles. I never could say his name, but the thing that makes this one really special to me is one of my favorite all-time players on the back, Roberto Clemente. Okay. Well, guys, I mean, that pretty much is all I have for you this week. I appreciate you watching my videos and when I put them on there and the feedback I'm getting and some suggestions. Again, I always say I'm open to trading with anybody that ever wants to trade cards or reach out to me or whatever. You know, I love doing that. Didn't make it to that. I've never been to the National yet. I didn't make the National this year. My wife and I are planning on going maybe like I said, we live in Massachusetts, when it comes back to Atlantic City, which isn't for a couple more years. That'll probably be my first one. But I don't know, a lot of you have gone. I've enjoyed watching the videos and from people from the hotels while they're out there, or actually from the floor and the convention itself. But like I said, I haven't made it yet. I do plan on making that though. I hope you have a great week. Today's Monday, like I said, July 31st. And I hope everything goes good for you. Keep on collecting. And until my next video, have a good day. Take care. Thank you for watching.